Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today we are in the 305 Worldwide enjoying Fireball.
Yes, we were. Are you ready for me?
I'm ready for
That's all you got to say? All right. We have Super C, the lights in the house. How's it going? Marvelous Michael, JT Jeff Norton, and that's it. Quick.
It's gonna be one of those days where everybody comes rushing in all at once. I've seen this show before.
Yeah.
Want to welcome everybody in today, and I'm sure other people are going to show up here. Going to be a fun show today. Got a really interesting item of the week. I hyped it up a couple of times at the Whatnot auction, so hopefully the people stop by to see it. It is a really interesting item.
Oh, Michelle's here. Marvelous Michelle. How's it going? So excited to see more people.
Like I said, there's 11 right now, and there will be like 27 and like 4 people just jumped in.
Here we go. You going to talk or am I going to talk?
You're going to talk.
All right. Marvelous Mr. Hot Wheels in the house. How's it going? And Dandy Dave as well.
There we go. All righty. We're going to start out the show as we always do, saying hello to whoever just walked in.
You sure? All right. We have, give me an M. I can't say Marvelous Metal. It's got to be like
Meticulous
metals in the house. Cool Carl. Cool's the underside of the pillow. Michelle has she's getting rich a penny at a time. Yeah, aren't we all? And the delightful Dawn as well. That shot really hit me a little bit.
I see this. The 305.
Awesome Antiquarian. How's it going? And then we got Jackie Jackson in the house. And then we got I can't come up with names anymore. Daniel Daniel again. I'm going to keep using the same names. Awesome AJ 13. And what do we have to say here? Let's see.
As a happy face and Make-A-Wish kid when he gets to make up a name.
Exactly. Yes. Yep. You got that right. 100%.
It's the 305.
Jeez. All right.
So how is everybody's sales out there? We'll start the show as we usually do, and we'll let Mr. Magazine start out. How are sales, Mr. Magazine?
I think Michelle hit it right on the head. I'm getting rich a penny at a time. Sometimes a half penny at a time, but we'll take it as we go. eBay's very inconsistent. Amazon has been okay. We're doing the best we can. And I expect more out of this. For having almost 1 million items, I should be selling more stuff. But the good thing is we're selling less items, but still we're selling some heavy, more expensive items that are helping keeping us afloat right now. So can't argue too much.
How about everybody else out there? How are your sales doing right now?
Oh, goodness gracious. Jeff, I do not sell. I very rarely sell that stuff because they're slow moving. They made millions of them. However, if you have the first Jordan Beckett, the first Bo Jackson Beckett, some of that stuff sells. So I will put it on, or I'll even grade it if it's mint condition, if it's Jordan or someone like that. But for the most part, if you buy a collection of them, you're not going to sell much of them at all. So very slow. Let's see. Dawn's Putrid. All right. That is a Capital.
Yeah,
Putrid, everything's Capital there. Yeah.
That's not good.
Yep. No.
Flea market was very good. Oh, that's good. Oh, it was a beautiful weekend. Yeah. Beautiful day.
Well, we're getting jealous. Getting jealous of everyone here. Super C.
Slow.
I agree with that. Good one day, and for me, it depends on what I'm selling. If I sell something big, it helps me get through the day. You could have a day with all crap and, horrible sales. So it all depends.
21K and barely selling. Yeah. Wait, she answered for me.
Exactly. Your Whatnot or eBay?
I don't have 21K items on Whatnot.
Slow but not dead. Hey, stop talking about my wife like that. It's awful. It's awful.
That is awful.
She's got feelings too.
Actually sold some stuff for the weekend in time away mode.
Wow.
Maybe that's the secret.
Yeah. Exactly.
Maybe that's the secret. Right. Mediocre.
Cool Kelly's in the house. How's it going?
Mediocre.
Nice Nova.
The last 3 local auctions have been getting really good prices. My sales. Oh. See, well, that's one thing Nova now. They really don't have any live local auctions around here anymore. But I know that was always the big complaint that we all had was it was tough to find stuff heading into the spring, and prices were all really, really high right in the spring at the live auctions. And that was because all the flea market people were buying stuff because they knew the flea market was coming right up. And also everybody had been sitting home for so long that they just wanted to spend money. Now we don't have the live auctions anymore locally, so I don't know what's going on, but what you say there tracks with how it always used to be up here.
All right. What's Dave got to say?
We'll listen to some good garage sale finds over the weekend. And surprise.
Nice.
Had really good sales first few days.
Awesome. Amazon sellers in the house. How's it going? Sales UGG. Yeah, I hear you. Definitely should be better. Hopefully it'll pick up in the next few months. Popular Popeye.
Oh, Popeye.
There he is. There he is.
Now I have to ask Mr. Magazine, how do you feel Popeyes came off in the haul video when he was interviewed by Paperboy?
Much more handsome than you.
Well, you're just guessing, but
didn't you send me a picture?
Oh yeah, I did send you the picture.
Exactly. Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Popeyes. It was a lot of fun, and we got a lot of good feedback on that. Thank you.
Right, Totally Thomas. Yeah, bye 3 years ago.
Oof.
I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Slower than Canadian molasses. Nice.
I know, but remind me to wear a t-shirt next week. I'm in a blast furnace over here. Holy cow.
I'm desperate for good inventory to sell. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
I thought you were going to start selling some to him.
Oh, there you go.
Cool, Carl. I don't know what to do with this guy here.
Hard to find live auctions. Some don't seem to advertise. Yeah, no, live auctions are tough. Live auctions are, like I said, they don't have any around here anymore. There's no auctioneers around here anymore. I came off as fat.
PHAT, pretty hot and tempting, right? Right, you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Started thinking maybe the slowdown was from international shipping change. I have not moved that much stuff international. That could be part of it.
I'm every other week though. Remember, it was heavy last week. The week before it was dead, and it's dead this week. I don't understand. It's like every other week.
Yeah, that could be, Michelle. It's a good theory. That actually is, because I've mentioned before that international a lot of times is the only thing carrying me through. So yeah, that very well could be. The man, the myth, the legend. There he is. Call him the OG.
All right. My buddy and country driver, Aaron's in the house, always picking up stuff for me, spending my money, just like my wife. It's funny, we had a transaction going on where we had to do it in the next day or two, and I couldn't get the money to him no matter what. Maybe we did transfer, but we didn't know what was going on. He's going to go to Iowa and a couple other states, and he ended up having some money at his house. Well, I shouldn't be telling this story, but it's going to be a funny story. So he didn't know his wife had a little stash. So I go, if I'm going to hide money from my wife, I'm going to put it in my oven.
Nice. $80 VHS tape. Wow,
that's pretty cool.
Pitching.
Yeah, wow.
Whoa.
Nice, good stuff. Popular Purples in the house.
Sales are up and down. Yeah, my sales this week is better than last week. I had a couple of really, really bad days in the middle of last week. Last Tuesday, Wednesday were really, really bad. They're okay right now. Nothing great, nothing terrible. Amazon's okay. I actually finally sold an item on Etsy. It's been 2 weeks, but I finally sold an Etsy item. One item on Vivs-Views and 2 items on $million-Peddlers over on eBay. They're okay sales as far as that goes. Promoted. This tells you how putrid it was last week. 35 items sold last week.
Wow.
With 21,000 listed. 17 promoted, so we're just at the 50%, which is where we always are. The offers, I was able to make 140 offers to watchers, of which 44 were old. That's down from 144 the week before, and it's down from 158 for 3 straight weeks the weeks before. So definitely is a little less traffic on the items is what I'm showing with that.
My Sundays are the worst. So whatever my worst days, it's always on a Sunday for whatever reason. I'm getting crushed on Sunday. Not for eBay, at least.
Well, my excuse of the week, of course, was the Coronation and the Kentucky Derby.
There we go.
There you go. Okay. So that's why nobody was.
I didn't even know those were on. Likeable Lee's in the house. Oh, from the Turkish. Yeah. Okay. I've never been in a Turkish prison, and we know the rest of that line.
Change every policy to no international. Came through as international.
Jeez.
Nice.
Maybe that'll bump up your international sales.
Yeah, right. I don't want to do that. Keep my storage bills, please. Canada don't use eBay International Shipping Program. Sales are still in the pooper. There you go.
You don't hear that word enough.
eBay wants to buyers can leave photos of what they want. Yep. Change on the feedback. They can put photos in the feedback now. And now I just read that they're somebody or other was saying they're warning people not to put nudes in there.
Okay.
Because Anytime you try, this way you can't ever
Well,
do
you're
anything
supposed to
nice.
put a picture of the item, right? You can put a picture of anything.
Apparently, how are they going to know what the item is? How about buys? Is anybody buying anything?
Please, I'm all bought out with this Aaron guy killing me all over the country. Every week he's driving to 3 places all over the country. So we got a huge magazine deal, 15,000 magazines. We got a bunch of DVD deals. I just bought a 100-piece framed autograph collection locally. We did that today. We had to borrow my buddy's truck because, mine's still in the shop. And I think that's about it for now. That's enough. That's plenty to keep me broke and listing for a while. How about you?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Yeah, I bought a few things. My day job on Friday took me out to lovely Wolcott, New York. And if you've never been there, let's keep it that way. So I went out to Wolcott, and as I went to my appointment, I saw a big sign up that said rummage sale. And it literally was across the street from where I had to be.
Nice.
So I went across the street, bought a couple items there, nothing too big over there, but it's just kind of neat. You're just not even looking for something, I'm buying stuff.
Yeah.
And then on the way back home, went through the small town of Williamson, which if you've never been there, let's keep it that way also. And there was a nice little sign up there saying library sale. And the library is literally half a block from the main road. So I made the turn, went over there, and I bought a bunch of stuff that I will be bringing over to Whatnot sometime soon. Some neat little books over there.
Nice.
So that was good. Saturday, I had a couple of buys. I had a buy set up with a local dealer that wholesales stuff out to me. And he had given me a number of a guy to call. So I set up to buy some books from him also. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to be going and buying these books. And I was meeting with him in a parking lot, third-party parking lot, all that kind of stuff. And right before I knew I had to drop my mail off at Mr. Magazine's because it had been a couple of days. So I went on Craigslist, and somebody or other was having a sale, a porch sale, a couple of blocks away from your store.
Oh, wow.
Rochester history stuff. I said, well, that's literally like 3 blocks away from where I have to be. I might as well do it. Now, this past week, I don't know if you remember, we used to go to the Brown-Croft garage sales, which is a whole gigantic neighborhood sale.
I used to go to that years ago.
Yeah, yep. They have it every other year.
I think when Bush was president.
Probably. Yeah. And I'd forgotten all about it. And I said, geez, I want to do that, but I'm not going to do that. I got other things planned. So I went over to this porch sale. And the guy had a whole bunch of local history stuff. And I ended up buying a bunch of stuff over there, pretty decent prices. 1843 newspapers, things like that.
Nice.
And it's some newer stuff that I'll be bringing over to Whatnot, a lot of photographs.
Cool.
So some good Whatnot stuff over there. Then I went to meet the guy in the parking lot with books, and his father had passed away, and he had a whole bunch of electric books. And he goes, are you interested? And I looked through them, and there's stuff that'll sell, but nothing I really cared about one way or the other. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll take them if you don't mind. I said, is $25 fair? And he goes, it's like 5 boxes of books, 6 boxes of books. He goes, if you think that's fair, that's fair. I said, yeah, that's fair. I gave him $25, loaded in. We're talking for a few minutes. And he goes, yeah, I'm kind of glad that you offered me $25 because if you had said you didn't want them, I still would have given them to you for free. I said, there I go, overpaying.
So nice of him to tell you that.
There I am overpaying on that.
Nice guy.
And then I went over and bought a bunch of books off of the dealer friend of ours, and all that stuff. I've actually begun to put it up at Whatnot. So there's a lot of nice books going up at Whatnot. Do check that out. My Thursday book auctions, they're up already, and they've got some nice things in them. So Sunday morning, I woke up. I had all the stuff loaded in the car. I said, I've got to unload the car. Brought it all in. Mrs. Papergoy had to work. I dropped her off at work, and I said, it's a nice day. I'm going to drive down to the flea market. So drove half an hour down to the flea market, even though it had been raining a lot. I was afraid that there wouldn't be that many dealers. There were a fair number of vendors over there. Went around, was all excited. I found like an 1897 program for a bicycle race for $2.
Cool. Nice.
Which I know that's really, really good. And then we're going to head on into the item of the week, which actually will be a couple of items of the week that I found down at the flea market.
You mean the lullaby?
Exactly.
Did you go to Avon?
I did go to Avon.
Oh, how was that?
That was the flea market.
Oh, that was the one. Is there a Rochester one too you go to?
Yeah, but they are only doing flower show for the next 5 weeks.
Did you see my manager there? He went.
I did not.
Okay.
I'm going to bring this item up and I'm going to ask Mr. Magazine without him looking in the chat. And I want you in the chat to play along, except Jeff, because I know Jeff knows the answer. So Jeff, do not answer this until other people have answered. I want to know if people know who this is. Mr. Magazine, do you know who this is? Now, I found this on there. It is a garbage can.
It does look familiar.
So answer in the chat
it's a
if
golfer.
you know who it is.
It's a golfer, right? I gotta assume it's a golfer. Man, Sam Snead.
And we'll see over there. Now, the funny thing is I walked around a lot of tables, and it actually is pretty funny carrying a garbage can around with you, because as I was telling the dealers, oh, look, I can cut out the middleman.
He's got a tennis racket now. I'm getting so confused.
I said, I can cut the middleman out and put it right in the garbage.
What does the hat say? God bless America. Walter Cronkite.
So people can answer what this is, but yeah, so I ended up buying this. These do sell for about $30 to $40.
Okay.
And there's a lot of different character ones out there. I paid $10 on it and I'm going to use it.
Oh,
see if anybody answered who it was.
Okay, let's see.
1 out of 10 people knew it at the show. And it was funny because even the old people didn't know who it was.
Nothing yet.
Nobody knows. Oh, you got to go down further.
Oh, sorry. Holy cow, we're missing a lot here.
Nixon's VP, McEnroe, Chubby Dustin Hoffman, John McEnroe.
Chubby Dustin Hoffman, that's the greatest one. Nixon, yeah. Maybe Nixon. Jack Klugman. Yeah.
Jack. A lot of people said
Ricky
Richard
Dick,
Nixon,
yeah.
but nope, it is Spiro Agnew.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
And I knew that. As soon as I
Wow.
saw it, I said, oh, Spiro Agnew. And everybody who kept saying Nixon, and it made me feel really, really old. I'm like, 70-year-olds at the flea market who were alive when Spiro Agnew
Yeah.
like knew him and don't know who it is. I'm like, well, that's Spiro Agnew.
Can't believe he was worthy of a garbage can. Jeez. All right. We got the
And I'll show you the other in a minute.
gorgeous guides in the house. How's it going? We're going to rattle these off. There's a bunch in the queue here. Let's see.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Popeyes bought some postcards.
Yeah, I guess so.
Breaking news.
Yeah, we need more. We all need more of that stuff. All right. John Doe's buying $10 worth of inventory weekly. All right.
Whoa. No buys.
All
Okay.
right. Hitting thrift shirts. Well, nice.
Good one. Oh,
we
nice.
started listing some T-shirts. Yeah. Went like wrestling ones and boxing. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Miss shopping.
Something
Yeah,
my
we
wife will
definitely
never
love it.
say because she always shops.
Just does it.
Yeah.
Comics, model kits, ephemera, Saturday,
Nice.
board games, toys, and a house call.
Awesome.
Vintage magazines.
Ooh,
Nice.
good
Jeff
stuff,
is
yeah.
giving us a run for
Yeah,
our money.
I'm getting jealous. That sounds like the stuff I want.
And then I've got the other fine. Yeah, exactly. What do you think of Popeyes? But all right, let me get the other.
All right.
So then I was walking around, and the gentleman. Oh my God, this is heavy. Gentleman had some
geez.
books, and this book was sitting right there, not in the best of shape, but not terrible. Holy Bible. And I opened it up, and he goes, "Oh, that's an old Bible." I said, "Oh, 1859." I said, "Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool." Now, these out there, unfortunately, doesn't have any illustrations in it, but in my head, these things sell for, even in this condition, $75 all day long, and it'll sell a couple of months, something other like this. So in my head, this is a $75 item right off the bat.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm looking around and I find another book. He goes, "Oh, I got a couple of old Bibles." Holy Bible.
Let me guess. That's an old Bible?
It would be.
Oh, cool.
1847.
Okay.
A little bit smaller, so we're getting a little bit older. So I made a box together with these two Bibles and a couple of other books. And the gentleman says to me, I don't know. I go, "What do you want for the box?" And he goes, "I don't know. It was $20 too much." With an 1847 Bible and an 1859 Bible and another 5 or 6 books in there.
Yeah.
I said, "No, I think I can do $20. Those books were new junk
Oh, jeez.
compared to this book that I found.
Okay. That's an old book.
It is an old book. I'm going to ask Mr. Magazine to look down on the bottom and read the date.
Whoa, 1657. Holy crow.
These are the things that are out there at sales. A 1657 book. I paid probably $2 for it, I would guess.
Wow.
An old law book.
What's that writing on the inside?
That was the person that owned it before.
Okay,
18. Yeah, he picked it up in 1804.
He probably paid more then than you did now for it.
It's got a few notes in it and all that stuff, but it's got the nice old English writing inside it and everything. I want to wreck it right there. But yeah, these books are out there. Third oldest book I found. 1657 book. I did a little bit of research on it. Even in its condition, front board is detached. Even in its condition, it's about a $500 book. So you can find these books out there. You just have to look around. So I think paying $20 for the whole box of books probably wasn't a bad deal.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, these things are out there. Quite happy with that. And that was one of those deals that as soon as I saw that book and I saw the date on it, I just put it in the box. I wasn't going to open it up and really do a lot of looking at it. I'm like,
yeah,
1657, that's old. Let me get that in the box too. Because again, he just wanted to get the stuff moved and he was trying to find other book boxes for me.
Right.
So pretty neat stuff that is out there. And after all, I am glad that I went down to the sale.
Yeah. Sounds like it's worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely was worth the trip.
All right.
See what other doors in
Popeye passed on 7 million postcards. It seems like too much work. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hiring
Jeez, yeah, exactly. All right, let's see what we got here. Lee Hayes in the house.
Contacts came with.
Well, if you want any camera, what did you pick up?
Manuals.
Manuals. There you go.
Yeah, I saw the manuals.
Yeah, he might have it. Yeah, if you need a manual,
that is true.
Paperboy might have it.
That is true. Go ahead.
We're looking at a lot of the garbage can answers there. I don't think anyone was right except Paperboy.
One person said the VP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one person did say Nixon's VP.
All right.
Yeah, that is all holy crap.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, pretty neat to find stuff like that.
When was the press invented?
Late 1400s, if I remember right. Yeah, that is an early book. That is a fairly early book. 1760s for 240. Nice. 1435. Okay. Thank you, Don. Yep.
Cool. All right. We are current.
Glitch of the week. There was not a lot of glitches going on. There were only 2 glitches this past week, and eBay was not either of them. This is a record.
That is a record.
This is a record.
Jeez.
The one glitch, which actually happened the week before, but I forgot to mention, it happened to Mr. Magazine with stamps, where you could not buy any postage.
Was that with the international?
Yeah.
They froze the account. Yeah. He had what did you do? Paperboy printed 10 internationals in a row, which was a red flag. They froze the account and they thought we were getting hacked.
So I don't know if that's a glitch or if it's a positive thing or what, but you had to call in order to get it unfrozen. But the problem was they're not open until certain hours. So
right.
obtaining 1800 is already 150 years old.
Crazy.
That's true.
Yeah, amazing.
That's true. And the only other glitch that I found this week was Discogs. I mentioned last week that they were raising, I think from 8% to 9%, the rate of their fees.
Yeah.
So they sent an email out telling you how to calculate your fees and so you could raise your price to offset it. Then they sent a second email out saying, oh, we made a mistake in the other email with the math.
Jeez. Oh, my Lord.
Copy of the Odyssey of the 1780s. Nice. Couple of other things out there. Insulting offer of the week. Actually, we one of our subscribers kind of emailed me on this one over here. He had a 1874 Syracuse, New York Atlas listed for $280. He got it offered $42 on it because, as they wrote him, I'm trying to get it for $50 with the shipping and the tax.
Oh, that's nice. Nice even number. That's a nice round number. Sure.
Very slow. I think I sell 1 item a year. That being said, I list about 2 items a year. So I think I got about 25, 30 items up on there. So yeah, it's
easy to list on it though, right? So
fairly easy. As long as there's like 82 different versions of some of the records and stuff like that. But
it's kind of like that on Amazon, really.
Mr. Magazine had a WWF Ringside Sunny Jack's Pacific figure, $23. Got offered $3 on it. Now you probably could have taken it out of package and shipped it to him for the $3 offer. That would be about fair then.
Sure.
Couple of other things there. You had a Panini box of Hockey Freaks cards, $35. You also got a $3 offer. Apparently, it's $3 offer day.
And if you go into Walmart, they're $30, $40.
Oh, that's a newer box.
Yeah,
Hockey Freaks. Okay.
So,
you had a Sports Card Trader magazine, $12, $4.50.
Nice.
You had a Bill Elliott lot of diecast, $96. They offered you $10, a $96.
I think it's like 50 cents an item.
And then last week I told you about a magazine I was asking $24 on, and the guy offers $8. Yeah, right. Exactly. He's well on his way to greater things. Guy offered me $8 last week with free shipping, and I told him I'll lose money. So he was nice enough to raise his offer
Oh, good.
to $10.
Oh, how nice.
And he got banhammered on that one over there. You know, if I'm sitting there telling you I'm losing money at 8, if you do math, even if I'm losing a penny at $8,
Right.
you raise it up to $10, my fees go up some.
Yeah.
So at 15% fees, they go up 30 more cents.
Yeah.
Less this, less that. So, okay, best case scenario, now I'm making $1.69. Best case scenario. And I'm probably really only making like 40 cents.
You should play that Price is Right game when we go 801, 802, 803, 804, 805, 867 until they hit the right number where you're breaking even, then you sell it.
Exactly. The
Marvelous,
internet.
Marvelous Mary's in the house. All right, let's go back to John.
eBay. That seems to be what everybody is saying. It could be something with the programming. It very well could be. I mean, I know they've been having a lot of search issues, as we were highlighting last week, a few different search issues. Things just not showing up. Knock on wood, smooth sailing ever since. Correlation is not always causation. That is very true. Remember how I have mentioned before that I've got the Winross photos?
Yeah.
1,000-some Winross photos?
Yep.
Guy offered me $500 on it, and then was stunned. I countered him at the $500 and said, actually, I believe I turned him down, but I did already note. And I said, you do realize these are just photos? He goes, they're not cars? I said,
how many in the lot?
I said it would be $100,000 collection. I nicely said that, but it'd be like, that would be $100,000 collection. I'm not selling it for $1,200 and certainly not selling it at $500. But he seemed like stunned that I was selling photos. I'm like, no, I don't have that many cars. That's with free shipping. The shipping alone would eat up the $500.
It's amazing.
There was a Mr. Magazine had this problem. He sold a January 1977 Movie World magazine for $34. Got an email from the person. OMG, hi, big problem here. I accidentally purchased this. I thought someone offered me money to buy my magazine, and I didn't realize what was going on. Can you please cancel the sale? I am so sorry. I lost the lease to my store, so I'm frantically trying to list everything online before it all ends up in my apartment, and I'm on Hoarders. I apologize. And I'm thinking if that's a big problem, I hate to see his small problems.
Yeah, but like, is he offering $34? Like, does he expect, like, I'm going to hit $34 and hope they buy it for that? Like, sending out an offer? Is that
no, he thought you made an offer to him for $34 on his.
Yeah, but who comes up with 35? I didn't come up with 34, unless that's my asking price.
You're right. My asking price might have been 38, and then you was 10% off. It might have been $34 and some odd cents or something.
Yeah,
like
that. Gotcha.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Mr. Magazine had a nice issue this past week. Why don't you tell about the Yankees watch? Well, the person said he had a Yankees watch, and literally I looked at it. It made no mention at all of whether it was working or not. And he got an email from the gentleman, replace watch or credit account.
Well, he said the watch doesn't work. So anyways, it's probably 10, 15, 20 years old, but it was new, leather, never worn, in the original metal tin case. You know, and they go for $20, $30. I don't know what he paid, 15 maybe.
Right.
And it didn't say if it was working or not, but, you know, you could ask if you're concerned about this, because how many people are selling 20-year-old watches and they're still with the
original battery, right?
So he said, it doesn't work. I need a battery or a refund. I said, well, I can send you a battery. It's probably like 50 cents. I go, do you want me to send you a battery? Do you want to buy a battery? I'll just give you a 50 cent or $1 refund. He wanted me to, like, let him keep the watch for free. Like, he can't come up with all these scenarios. And he just said, it doesn't work. I want to return it. And then just return it. Enough was enough with that. I mean, come on. I mean, you go to the, you know, you're out at your Walmart every day, buy a battery, and why would you want to, like, go to the post office and return it when you can just buy a battery? Now, if you bought a battery and it didn't work, then I would understand, but I'm sure it would work after that. Crazy. Mr.
Magazine had a 1991 Upper Deck Final Edition set, and apparently, smash the like button. Hello, Flying Disc.
How's it going?
All the good cards were pulled out. This made for a terrible birthday present. I can get you a full list of Missig. Apparently, he's missing the N as well. Missig cards. Missing was 87 Ken Griffey Jr., number 2 Pedro Martinez, 85 or 86 Cal Ripken Jr. So, and that's one, you know, that is a bit of a problem sometimes with some of the sets. You try your best to verify the stars are there.
Yeah.
But unless you hand collate it yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if I was listing it, I probably would have caught it, because you can feel the cards loose in the box maybe. Again, it was under $10. I probably had it set somewhere, but it's not worth me digging through my whole warehouse for an $8 set. So we just refunded them, told them to keep it for free. But you But what kind of a birthday present is that? If I give you one, is it for your birthday? Is that fair?
More than usual. Then Mr. Magazine had somebody with a Tchaikovsky music for cello and orchestra. They did not receive this order. So he got an email through Amazon that they did not receive the order. So I went and I tried to track the order. And this was kind of scary in that it was a USPS tracking number. And I go to track it, I click on it, and it says Amazon does not support tracking from this carrier. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? How, it's USPS, post office. We bought it through Amazon. They're not.
We shipped it out. Yeah.
We shipped it out and the tracking is not supported by Amazon. What the heck is going on? Then I took another look. This item was sold in 2018. The guy took 5 years to figure out that he didn't get it. We can't prove whether he got it or not. We see there's tracking in there.
Right.
We did ask him to please contact Amazon.
I can't believe it's even in their system still for 5 years.
That did surprise me. That did surprise me as well. Yeah. So that was our week.
It couldn't be much money. $5-10 probably. It wasn't much.
So the guy 5 years to figure out he didn't get it.
If I'm going through papers, I'm like, oh my God, I bought this Star Wars. That's $10 Star Wars figure 5 years ago. I don't think I got it. Guess what? I'm throwing it out. That's my loss. If I'm just realizing it now, I'm not going to contact the company.
That's crazy. We definitely cancel all the time right away. Then you can get the item back up for sale. Yeah, no problem at all. It just made me laugh because what made us laugh was him saying it was a big problem. Like, it's not really a big problem. We just cancel it.
Exactly.
Not the everyone.
Awesome. Anik's in the house. How's it going?
We'll let it slide this time, but don't be late next week.
That's right.
Couple of other things going on over there. I was selling or trying to sell Captain Kangaroo and his animal friends large golden books. I'm asking $15.15 on it.
Okay.
So when did I list that, Mr. Magazine?
2015.
Very good. I got an email from somebody. I'm just wondering if you bought this book from someone in Conway, PA. It gives the person's name.
I love those.
My daughter, because she is coming into my locked house. No matter how many times I change the locks, she's stealing and selling my items. I'm 65 and had this in a box in the basement packed away. Wow. So it's possible it's mine because you are an honest seller and said it needs to be aired out. I don't want it back, but was just wondering.
Their differences need to be aired out.
Exactly.
Jeez.
I
God,
did point out that with my pricing thing, I listed it in 2015, and apparently she wasn't getting these books stolen from her in 2015. Wow. I feel bad for her, but no, I did not drive to Conway, Pennsylvania to buy a little golden book.
What is it worth, and where could she sell it anywhere in the country?
Well, I'm asking $15. She sell it for $1. I mean, $2 at most. Yeah, there's not a big.
Yeah, okay. Take that. Say you had two of them. You sold one on eBay. Now go all over Rochester and see who's going to buy it from you and for what amount.
Probably not a lot of people. And there's a saying, Mr. Magazine, perhaps you've heard it. The rich get richer.
I have heard that. I wish my name was Rich.
And Mr. Magazine gets richer.
Oh, God. Can't wait to hear this one. Dementia. That's
yeah,
great.
I hadn't thought
great.
of that. Yeah, I felt bad for her, but like I said, it was 2015 when I listed it, so who knows when I bought it. The rich get richer. Mr. Magazine got a check this past week from a class action lawsuit that had a note on it that said, please deposit promptly. UPS apparently ripped Mr. Magazine off per the settlement somewhere between January 1st, 2011 through December 29th, 2013. And Mr. Magazine got his check from the settlement for 98 cents.
I threw it out, right?
You did throw it out because it was made out to a prior company of yours.
Yeah, well, I don't want. Yeah, but again, if there's, it's a scam and you put it in your account, I don't even know. So I don't want to deal with it.
No, it was legit, but it's 98 cents. It was a 98 cent legit account thing.
No, that's a good idea. I like that. I'm up for that.
There you go.
Yeah.
We have not. We could do that though at some point. Yeah, definitely.
We should do two. One where they're asking us questions.
One where we ask
questions. No, we ask each other questions.
Oh, God. my resale certificate on Heritage is expiring, so I have to update. So I sent all that stuff in today. The only problem I see is my address is my old address on my resale certificate, but my address is up to date with the sales tax. They just don't send out a new certificate. So hopefully Heritage knows that. Otherwise, it's going to be a pain in the butt to get that fixed up. And whatnot. I had some books that didn't sell. I know that's going to stun you.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. I put them into the marketplace. So I'm trying out the marketplace over on Whatnot. They finally have it now where you can do it on the computer, whereas before it could only be done on the phone. And I don't know if you remember, a couple of months ago, I had asked them, can you take your old listings and put them, or you should list new listings right on? They've now changed it where you can go back to your old unsold listings and put them out back onto the marketplace. So you don't lose any work.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So that makes it good. The only problem I've heard from people is you don't necessarily get push notifications. So you got to check in more regularly to see if you sold something.
Okay.
So hopefully I have that problem. Yeah, exactly. The lawyer's got 50 million. Exactly. Mr. Magazine got his 98 cents and he did not deposit it promptly. You were a very, very bad boy. A couple of other things. Do you remember?
No,
Oops.
Probably not.
They charged 17 cents for eBay class action suit. Well, you bought 4 postcards with the Popeyes and you made almost $3. So you parlay that. Money brings money. Can someone call Mr. Magazine?
Yes,
Call Mr. Wake him up.
Exactly. Anytime. You got my personal cell number. It's on my business cards. Call me anytime.
Call me. Do you remember a couple of months ago when you got yelled at by the postman for my postage being there?
I remember, and I think it's a bunch of crap.
Well, I was going to drop some, not much. I had a little pile of mail, and I had some day job work right near your store.
Right.
And I was going to drop it off on Monday. Well, I got kind of behind in my day. I wasn't able to drop it off, blah, 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 blah. Came home, saw my postman outside.
Oh, okay.
So I ran up to him and I said, excuse me, can you take this? And he goes, oh, yeah, no problem. He scanned it. It was like 5 items, 6 items.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I got you here. Can I ask you a question? And he said, sure. I said, where is the post office that I should be dropping this off to with my zip code?
Yeah.
He goes, oh, East Ridge.
Right behind the warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the only one, right?
Yeah. I said, so that's the right one for the zip code? He goes, yeah, it goes there. He goes, 3 different zip codes all go to that one.
Yeah.
I said, oh, that's pretty weird because my buddy's got a store, and I explained where your store was, and I explained the zip code. And I said, and I was told I wasn't allowed to drop it off there. And he goes, that's crazy. It goes right to that post office from there. That is your post office. He goes, the boss was not supposed to tell you that. I said, oh, well, he did. He goes, well, I'll nicely talk to him to find out what's going on. But no, that's where you're supposed to drop it. Yeah, you could drop it off at your buddy's store.
Well, it'd be easier for everyone because we got that tiny little post lady, and she's lifting heavy box every now and then, and she never complains. I mean, other than if it's something's heavy, but I mean, as far as taking the mail a few days a week, she doesn't complain about that.
Yeah. So
and she scans everything.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's in Greece, so his story that makes his story seem even stupider because he's saying if they scan it, it's got to be going to the same, your zip code in that the East Ridge location, which doesn't make sense. So.
And then I noticed over in England, there were 2 jars that sold for 20 pounds, about $25. They were from somebody bought it at a secondhand store, like a charity secondhand store. So like, one of the religious stores that, thrift stores. Apparently they're 4.5 inches tall. So they're not real big jars at all.
Yeah.
Turns out they're from the Qing dynasty from the 18th century.
Wow.
Missing the lids, and they have a hairline crack on them.
Mm-hmm.
He paid $25 equivalent. They're up for auction. They're expected to bring $63,000. So
nice.
Things are out there. And again, it's only this, 2 jars this big, no lid with a crack, with a hairline crack down them. $63,000. Makes my 15 or 1657 book look like garbage.
You read that one? That's a doozy.
Just an old digital camera card today, the memory card, senior citizen. Whoa. Hey, now. My mother called, said she wants that card back.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I'll let you freak fly. There you go. Having is different than filming it. That's all I'm going to say. gonna head on in, and this is kind of going to be an interesting thing over here today. I wanted to follow up a little bit on last week's show, which Mr. Magazine forgets what we talked about.
Well, it's a short one. That's why I forgot.
There you go. It was less to memorize, less to remember. We were talking last week about how you don't want to sell the middle of stuff. And then I just read an article in the Economist magazine where they're saying that sales are good at Tiffany and sales are good at Walmart. But sales are not good. They've gone down at Macy's.
Okay.
And that,
here we go. Here we go. Murgy's in the house.
Oh, thank you much.
Awesome.
Enjoyed the Allentown video. It was neat to meet Papa. Have a great week. How many days left till you're free?
You got to do this. We heard it. I've already heard it 3 times today.
So you can answer for me.
44 and a half.
44 weeks, 2 days. Thank you. And thank you. Do appreciate it. That was very good.
Yeah.
You were actually listening for once.
Well, it's that monster drink before the shot.
Thank you. We do appreciate that. Really do. But yeah, that the top line, the Tiffany's are doing well. The bottom line, Walmart are doing well. And it was saying that the poor people are cutting back to just essentials. The rich people are rich people, so it doesn't matter. And that the middle class are trading down. So instead of going to Macy's, they're getting stuff at Walmart. And that kind of ties in with what we were saying last week on the show, that the $40 to $100 items just aren't selling. And that ties in with what we saw at Allentown as well.
Yeah.
That the low end stuff was what was selling.
Yeah, crazy.
So it is kind of crazy. And that kind of tied into this week's main topic.
Now, before we get into this, I got to talk to JD because he thinks it was Nina Hartley's camera. It was not. And how do I know that? Because I bought out Nina Hartley's storage locker in San Francisco when she was sick. I have all her possessions from her apartment where she lived. Yeah. You
do? Yes, you do.
It's still my storage now.
So she'll be buying them back at some point.
Exactly. Popeye, only $2. It's 10%. Don't get greedy. Say it, sing it. Go on, sing it.
It was 305 worldwide fireball. Singing, call me anytime, call me. So the big reveal, are buyers getting fussier and more demanding?
Yes. I don't even have to think about that one. Yes. Well, they're impatient. I don't know what the deal is, and maybe it's the adult aspect of it, but I think there's other buyers too. They want their tracking instantly. They want to know 2 days, where's my item? I don't have it yet. Or on a Saturday or Sunday after the post office is closed, when's it coming? It's just taking time out of my day. It used to be one person, two. Now it's literally 10, 20 people a day want tracking, and they just paid. Like there was one, were you there? They wanted tracking on an item, and we looked, and like they just paid for an item, and they want tracking on it. It's a little frustrating. I don't want to be rude, but I think we're gonna have to, these regulars that want tracking, we're just gonna have to put their email address into the stamps, and then off we go. We don't have to do it anymore. Yeah.
Right. And the reason why I wanted this as today's topic was because, as everybody knows, I go help Mr. Magazine on Mondays, and sales have been down. And I made the comment to Mr. Magazine, sales are down, but there are more problems than ever.
Oh, yeah. We
had more problems this last week than there were during Christmas season.
Oh, yeah. And it's way down from Christmas. I mean, it's probably 50+% down from Christmas. It's 30% down from the previous month and the month before that. So I'm probably down 30-40% on eBay. Amazon's probably 10%, 15% maybe. And websites up, DVD sites up, so I can't complain. They're bailing me out really right now.
But we're calling them problems, and they're not necessarily problems. Some of it is just hand holding. It is, where is where is my item? What is going on with this? This happened. What's going on? And I'm also getting a lot more questions on items. I've been waking up to more questions on items than I have offers on items. Offers are obviously down, but when you get 2 offers and 3 questions overnight, it seems like people are getting fussier. It seems like people are asking a lot more questions on items. Is this page in this magazine? Does this have this? Does this have this?
Right.
And that could very well be part of the economy as well. Maybe they're, send me a picture of the Blondie article in here, because maybe they found 3 different magazines that have Blondie in it, and they want to look at the 3 different ones and see which one they want to buy.
Right.
Whereas in the old days, they just would have bought all 3 of them because they had more money. Now they want, they're fussier in that they don't have the money to buy all three. So which one do I value the most? Who's going to answer me back? Which picture is the one? Which story looks the best? Which this, which that? Yeah. And I'm definitely noticing even with mine, and it's not necessarily problems. It's just contact. They're contacting
communication.
Me a lot more.
Well,
yes.
Yeah. So they're buying the item and then they're asking after the fact about it. It's in transit. So like we sold a lot of models, sealed ones. We had open ones, and we'll show you the contents. And we don't know if it's complete or not. We'll say if there's no instructions or if there's no decals. But if there's pieces, if there's pieces and part, we don't know. So we put it out there. They'll buy it and then they'll say it's missing something. It's like you should have asked ahead of them, hey, does it have this canopy? Does it have this wing or whatever they're looking for? And then by that time, now you got to pay to have them return it. But as far as Amazon goes for returns, we get a lot of them, records and so forth. And I don't want to blame my employees. So like we'll look at the returns now. I bet 50% of them are the reason is no longer needed.
I've had a couple of those coming back on Amazon also. Yep. And I don't know.
Found one cheaper. So
people are shopping around more. And then the other question is maybe they bought it, it came in and they realized
they overpaid. That's another thing too.
Or, geez, I just don't have the money to make all my bills this week. Right. And I just paid this $12. And if I bought 3 items from people, $35 this week,
right, I
get free returns on them. I'll just send all 3 items back. I got $35. I need the $35 more than I do these items.
Oh, well, times are tough. Look at that one gentleman that wanted the magazine.
Well, and that's what I was just going to read right here. Yep. And Mr. Magazine got a email from somebody. Hello, Mr. Magazine. Apparently he doesn't believe you're really yourself.
Look at my license plate.
I thank you so very much for your kind discounted offer of $11.78 for the John Fred record. I do truly wish to accept. However, I do not at the present time have the funds to purchase this John Fred record. If you would be willing to wait until after May 24th, when my postal annuity comes in, I would be able to purchase the record at that time. I was wondering, would you consider $10 as my best offer? And I on one hand, I feel very bad for the gentleman that he's in those straits.
Right.
I don't think he's alone by any means whatsoever.
Right.
And I think that people are getting fussier. I think you're going to see your returns go up when people all of a sudden, gas prices are going up. They get some unexpected car repair. I mean, I've had to replace tires on both my cars at $1,200 a pop for both of them.
Yeah.
That's $2,400 I've had to spend in the last 2 months just on the car.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I didn't have to spend very much during the pandemic because I wasn't driving very much.
Yeah.
But you don't think about that.
Right.
If you took it and you averaged it out, I probably spent the right amount. But when you have to spend $2,400 in a 2-month period, that's a lot worse than if you spend $600.
Yeah.
It's a lot, just a lot of expenses.
My one employee, he moved out of his house into an apartment with a buddy of him. They're splitting the rent, and they realized they're each about $30 short a week, so $120 a month. So I was nice enough. I gave him a side job for printing, and then his buddy could come in and help move things around. And that's how tight it is. They can barely pay that. They just got the apartment, signed a deal, and they can barely pay that. Now he did quit, and he found I'm assuming a better job, but still, it's that tough out there. But I'm also nice enough to throw him a bone every now and then.
Yeah. So kind of want to know what you're finding out there too with the customer service. And I think it's part and parcel of the economy. I think people will be asking a lot more questions. They have less money to spend. They want to be more certain about what they're buying. They want to make sure that they're getting in their head quality for the money, as opposed to the old days when they would just go and do whatever. And it kind of ties the whole customer service thing ties into last week with, the fact that at Allentown there were dollar tables, whereas there were not that before.
Right.
It's just, we try to be a happy, upbeat channel. We really do try to be. But right now the signals aren't that good.
Right.
And I've brought a few different times in just about items that I buy at Heritage, the prices that I'm watching. Mm-hmm. There was a book. Now I did not win it, and I'm trying to think of what book it was. It was a book that at the height in 2020, in whatever grade this was, it went for $720. One just sold last week for $340.
Brutal.
So now it was something or other that a movie was coming out. So it was part of a movie. So it was part of the reason for the bump.
Yeah.
But still to go from 720 down to 340.
That's brutal.
And it gets kind of scary too, because, I'm trying to buy things on the downswing because again, I know at some point they'll move back up. and
Right.
I'm not buying the hot new thing. I'm buying older items, that I know it can always resell if I need to.
Yeah.
But again, it's getting scary. I'm putting lower and lower bids in every week because I'm saying I don't want to necessarily
Right.
win all this stuff.
Well, and I'm sure if you go on eBay and run comps, you'll see those $700 prices for that comic just sitting there. Then you do a completed one, and it'll probably go for in that range that you paid, $300-400.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So just kind of wondering what everybody else has noticed. At $6. Oh,
Yeah, that's brutal.
Ooh.
Oh, it does have a nice ring to it.
Roseanne Barr, she's a big fan.
Yeah,
of yours.
yeah. Roseanne, nice. Appreciate that. I feel like a celebrity. I feel like Tom Arnold. I could be the new Tom Arnold.
Or John Goodman.
Thank you so much. Well, actually, he lost a lot of weight, so I can't. I got to be Tom Arnold.
Buying crap when you're that strapped for cash will never not amaze me. Priorities, people. I agree on the one hand, but on the other hand, I think that kind of ties back into what we were talking about at Allentown too, that people want to buy something. They went to the show, they walk around, they want to go home with something.
Right.
Just use our show as an example.
Yeah.
This gentleman has some kind of a budget and he wants to buy something, a record he's going to listen to for whatever reason. That $10 is well spent for him in his mind.
Yeah.
You and I might not do that. In fact, I've mentioned before how after eBay got rid of the eBay bucks, I've not bought a Hogan's Hero card since then.
Yeah.
I've got 20 of the 56 or whatever it is out of the set sitting over there.
Right.
I haven't added one card to it. I can just take my time. I don't care one way or the other, but other people like to buy stuff. Maybe it's because I buy and sell for a living all the time.
Right.
You just never know what might come in that I add to my collection accidentally.
For me, when sales are up, I got a little extra spending money or someone pays me in PayPal, I'll buy a graded comic or two in my collection. But then when sales are tight, I don't buy anything for myself because there could be a big collection coming in. Instead of spending $500 or $1,000 on myself, I need the money for this collection. And right now with sales down, I got to keep as much as I can. However, there was a Master Replicas Han Solo, the Medal of Yavin came up for sale. And I had one years ago, sold it cheap, and I wanted one back. And it's hard to find. So it came up for $500, which isn't a pretty good price. So I did buy that just because it was a rare piece. And you see maybe one or two every couple months or something. So
you don't have to justify your buys to me.
I'm just telling you,
you don't have to justify to me.
Old man Pix is in the house. How's it going? Yes, my groupie is back. Thank you.
Buyers expendable income still want their fun, but can't really afford it. They need to prioritize, but it's hard. Yeah, I absolutely 100% agree with that. 100% agree to buy if you can afford to.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, I don't think anyone in Rochester is buying anything, especially toys and even sports stuff. I mean, I'm getting hounded by people and they text me all the time. They want to sell this, what they sell, and I have to draw the line. Sometimes I just forget there's so many people. I might have 3-4 people a day selling $100 to $1,000 collections, and I do the best I can getting back with them. And it's the ones that are the better deals I kind of stick to and make sure I communicate with them. The people that are asking crazy money, I'll get to them, but it's like back burner for me.
Right. Yeah. And again, I'm going to the flea markets, whatever. And if I buy something, I don't buy something, doesn't really matter. Now, obviously, I'm always going to buy a 1657 book. That I'm always going to buy. The prices are right, but if somebody's got higher prices, I just walk right by it. It doesn't really matter. Someone needs to decide between essentials. I'm trying to sell. They should bypass my listings. Yes, I absolutely agree with that. Changing sourcing strategies. I'm targeting $100 and up books at estate sales and giving the estate agent my contact info. Want bulk lots and wholesale the rest. Yep. I don't collect. Temporary steward of. Sometimes I'm jealous of you, old man's picks. I'm jealous because being a collector, it does get tough sometimes. 2 books that were in that box that I bought with the Bibles and everything. It was Bob something or other, and I looked at it. I'd never seen it before. Did a little research after I came home. 1951 and 1952. British comic books, but they were the hardcover annuals. I looked them up. They go for about $30 a piece. Now, given that I've got about $1 into them, if any, I mean, realistically,
you get your money back on those, and then all that's gravy.
I kept them because I said, when else am I going to find a 1951 and a 1952 British hardcover comic book? They're not making them anymore. It's not going to go up or down in value anytime soon.
Yeah,
I'll just throw it in my collection, and then at some point when I do sell, I'll be selling a lot of foreign comic books all at one time.
Yeah.
Put that up with the foreign comic books, and they might sell at that point too, just to drive traffic. And otherwise, what's the big deal? I got $1 or $2 into them, and I'll make my money off the other things.
Well, I did find. Did I tell you? I did tell you. I found that Darth Vader Spider-Man. Foreign comic. It's on its way.
When sales are down, things get cheaper at auction. Great time to buy. That's what Absolutely true. Absolutely true, Barbara. 100% true. Very true. So strange here. No sales. Everyone's selling is still asking top dollar. I want to make a deal. That's crazy.
That kills me. Yeah, that kills me.
That's crazy right there. Can't wait until July. No more first class mail. Yeah, I don't know what the heck they're changing it to. Yep.
Holy cow.
Yep. Oops. Canada's delay for the recession. Yeah. All righty. We're going to head on into the rambling story of the week. And where's your car?
Well, I have my new work vehicle because I had to trade my rental car in today. I got a call yesterday that they're charging my account $200 because I extended my rental agreement. It's supposed to be 30 days, and they're charging my credit card $200. And if I don't bring it back by today, they're going to charge me another $700 to have it until next week.
Whoa!
I said, well, for starters, I'm not very happy because the first 2 weeks, the collision company never towed the vehicle and never gave me a quote. So I was using a rental when the car nothing was happening to it. Whereas if they took it when they were supposed to, I wouldn't be in this position now. So I would call my insurance agent. He said he couldn't do anything. He would try. He goes, well, if you want to pay that, we'll see if we can get you the money back down the road. I go, there's no guarantee with that. And the way things are going, I don't think you'll be able to do it. So I said, you know what? I have my other car, my Mercedes. I don't want to drive that every day. Hopefully my truck's done next week. It's supposed to be done next week. And then we'll just go from there. So I did turn the rental in, and I'm driving my Mercedes as my work vehicle.
That's nice.
The two-seat sports car, yes.
So you're throwing boxes in
there? It holds about 3 bankers in the trunk, and that's about 1 banker on the seat, and that's about it.
Oh, and I got a bunch of mail for you to take. What luck.
Perfect. So that's the final installment for the rental aspect, and hopefully my vehicle will be done by next Wednesday.
Well, and that's one thing that I know I believe I sent you the article about a while ago. A lot of people are getting hit because there are delays in the supply chain.
Right.
And they've got 30-day rental on their policy, and their cars are in the shop for 2, 3, 4 months.
Right.
And they've got to cover the difference in the meantime.
Yeah, I mean, luckily I have a vehicle. It sucks that I got to drive it. I mean, I like driving it. I don't want to drive it every day, but if I can get through the weekend, I'll be fine. And hopefully Monday or Tuesday, it'll be done. Hopefully, cross my fingers. I don't know.
I'm still saying July 4th, and I'm sticking with it. I'm sorry. They're going to find something or other in the supply chain. I hate to be the guy raining on your parade, but they're going to find
then my insurance agent goes, well, because I complained, I go, I should be getting a truck. That's equivalent of what I'm insured for a truck. I should be getting a truck. It doesn't have to be as big, but it's a work truck. He goes, well, we can adjust that and, raise your plan. And this, I go, why? Odds are I'm not going to get another accident right now with the truck. So I'm not going to pay you more money in hopes of getting an accident. So I'll leave it the way it is. I'm fine. I'll deal with it. So.
Wow. Exciting updates.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mr. Magazine.
Yeah, trials and tribulations.
1,000 to 100 since the boards of the books were worn. Oh, all right. 4 sales since it hit the like button.
Oh, nice.
See? Yeah. That helps. It helps. No, I've been saying July 4th all along. I've been bringing on this parade since the start. 9 offers since the like button. They're taking their time. They're going to counter with higher amounts. 97. Whoa, nice. That's nice. All right, everybody. Another short show today, but that's kind of when you don't have a lot of sales, you don't have a lot of reportable things.
We'll start adding the Q&A area of the show. See how that goes.
All right, everybody. Do hit the like button. Come on by Whatnot. Book auction tomorrow, 4:00 p.m. Eastern. Everything catalog, $3 starts. Tuesday, an ephemera auction with some nice print ads, some nice trade cards, and some other nice items in it. Do check it out. Sounds familiar?
Yeah.
4:00 Eastern. Over on Whatnot, check out Papergoy. Anything exciting going on? Any buys? Anything exciting going on with you?
Let's see. Aaron is leaving tomorrow to go to a couple different states. Then he's going to somewhere near. He's like an hour away for the big hall, the big magazine hall. And then I think he's dropping everything off next Tuesday. So we got to make room for, I don't know, almost 20,000 items. And we'll see. Yeah. We always figure it out. We squeeze it in.
No estate sales of any note this week, but who knows? I might find something or other. Could just be driving around and find a sale. No idea whatsoever. Cool. I want to thank everybody for coming on out. Definitely appreciate it. And
awesome.
Must see YouTube. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.